Hi there. Since I moved to New York a year ago, I've gotten hooked on the local cuisine, especially Syracuse Salt Potatoes. This is a wonderful piece of food history that's easy to make and delightfully delicious. For over 100 years, the city of Syracuse was the salt capital of the United States, and they supplied nearly all of our salt in the 19th century. At that time, there was a large population of Irish immigrants, and they invented a recipe for boiling potatoes in huge amounts of salt. And the amazing part is, it works! When I tried this, I was instantly hooked, and I'm glad to share this local food treasure with you, whether you live in New York or anywhere else. Stores in the central New York area sell bags of potatoes especially for making salt potatoes. But if you don't live in New York, you can make this dish using typical white, red, or yellow potatoes. We have to use small potatoes in this dish because we're going to be boiling the potatoes without cutting them or puncturing the skin, and we want the potatoes to be thoroughly cooked inside and out. So-called baby potatoes will work great in this dish, though these are usually more expensive than normal-sized potatoes. We put about 2 or 3 pounds of potatoes into a pot for boiling, and we use 12 ounces of salt, which comes to exactly 1 cup of table salt. It's okay to use the cheap salt if you want. We add all of this salt to the pot, then add enough water to cover the potatoes. Then we bring the potatoes to a boil and boil them for about 20 minutes. The salt water comes to a boil much faster than unsalted water, so this won't take long. Be sure to boil the potatoes uncovered because we don't want them to burst open while they're boiling. If the potato skin is ruptured, the salt water will get into the potato and make it far too salty. That's why we simply boil them until they're done. When the potatoes are almost ready, we melt some butter. Then we drain the potatoes and put them back into the pot. After only a few minutes, the potatoes will have a coating of salt, and now we can serve them good and hot. You can pour melted butter over the potatoes, or let your guests dip the potatoes in the butter. What we have here are potatoes with a creamy inside, with a wonderful salty taste on the outside. When we add melted butter, this becomes a bite of pure potato bliss. I've made these potatoes a number of times already, and I'm not going to stop making them because they're addictive. And when you make potatoes like this, you may be hooked as well. So let's enjoy some potatoes, done the way they do things in New York. I love eating local, and this is a good example of why it's always a good idea to do so. Thank you for watching.